Alrighty guys, welcome to another video. We have the Toyota BJ40 here. We have this whole kit here, which I'll show you. It's one of these, and I've been wanting to do one of these for a while now, and I'm so excited. I finally did it. Finally put it together. Absolutely love it. Crawlers, where crawlers meet diecast. This is not a diecast body, thank God, but it is still a heavy body. Absolutely beautiful. Obviously, I got the blue one. The like tannish color is also a really good option. There's no bad color that you can get with this, to be honest. There's only two, but man, do I love this thing. What a beautiful, and I mean beautiful little truck. So what is this thing? Well, it was an Scx24 deadbolt, and it's still pretty much a stock deadbolt. We have these Proline Hyrax tires on there, which are small. They're actually way smaller than the stock tire, and I'll actually go get those real quick. Here is the stock tire. Not by much, only by a little bit. The reason why I went with a little bit of a smaller tire was to kind of go with a realistic look for this thing. I wanted to make it look like something you might actually see. I know it sits way too high. They do give you springs for the shocks in the rear, but I said, screw it, I'm just going to take out the springs altogether, and the shocks altogether, and just replace them. So I did that, and what I replaced them with was these, I don't know why the label's not facing on that side. These Endura oil-filled shocks, which I did put oil in them. And originally, at first, I had the springs in them, but the thing was sitting like a monster truck. It was sitting, and just push them down, it was sitting like this. It did not look good. So I took the springs out of it, so it's at full droop. And even at full droop, it still sits really, really high. Not that bad, to be honest, but still it is very high, very, very high off the ground. But this thing is awesome. I absolutely love it. It's still just a stock deadbolt. I'm definitely going to be upgrading this thing in the future. This is just such a cool little rig. I don't think it's going to be a high performer by any means. I might bring it to the next comp. I might. Like, just so it could run in the class 1, like, stock. It might be able to qualify as stock TRX4M hard body or something, or Scx24 hard body. So here's some things that I do want to address with this hard body. Now, I have seen numerous videos on this hard body, and all of them talk about this piece right here. Everyone says, oh, make sure you glue this, because when I was building mine, it popped out. Okay, so I took their advice, and I did, in fact, glue this in. That didn't help. The moment you press in the windshield, what happens is the pegs for the windshield, which you could see right there sticking out where the windshield wiper is, just yeets this thing. And I was pushing in the, when I was pushing in the windshield here, it went whoop right out of the car. So, yeah, I mean, this is a cool piece to the dashboard, but screw this thing. We don't need it. It doesn't matter anyway. But I absolutely love this kit. Went together really, really good. I was using shit tools to do it, and I still did it. One thing to note as well, I did get confused about this, so if you're going to do this, I want to give everyone the best advice as much as possible. And I know that this is kind of lopsided compared to this one. It's kind of glued that way, so we're just going to say that the truck got into an accident. The mount back here, now, you can see mine is facing this way. In the instructions, it says to do that. But I watched a video of someone building this, and they mounted it backwards, which you have to do if you're doing a C10 conversion. And I had to take the thing apart again because I thought oh, this guy built his on the deadbolt, so he put it the other way. And, I'm getting a scam call right now. Hang on. Stupid bastards calling me. Yeah, so the mount has to go that way. Follow the instructions, not the people on the internet, is what I learned from that. It's not as tight of a fit as I thought. I thought, oh my god, it's going to compress the battery and stuff like that. It's pretty good. There's definitely room in there to slide the battery backwards and put a bigger motor in there, which is what I'm probably going to do. I have to get this little crappy boat anchor of a motor out of there. There's a kit by Endura that gives you a transmission and motor. It's the same motor, the same purple motor that I have in my Warthog over there. What is that motor, actually? It is whatever the hell that is. Little purple motor. Yeah, they give you... There's a whole kit that comes with this and a whole purple gearbox with metal gears on Amazon for not that much money. I think it's like 20-something bucks, but yeah. That's what I want to put in this thing. Just help with the slow crawl and everything. Now, I know I have to order the rear bumper. It looks very weird from the rear. There's no rear bumper, there's no taillights, there's nothing. As for the front bumper, I think we're going to keep that. I do have another rear bumper, which I could actually go get. I don't know, maybe if I decide to run bigger tires on it and make it really lifted, I'll go with like this front bumper on there. I've had this for quite a while. It is fully metal. It's a glossy black, which I'm not a fan of. I like this kind of matte black there. I'm not going to get the front bumper that they sell. It sticks out way too far, and it's just... it's going to get caught up, especially on the course that I go to for the 24s. Since this uses a deadbolt, that course that I go to was designed with a deadbolt in mind, but it's very, very tight. And I think if I have a bumper that sticks out really far the way that one does, and how wide it is, it's just going to get caught up and this truck's just going to break. I do have a driver in mind. As you can see, it is Chris Pratt from Jurassic World. I went to Target and looked for figures that were in this scale, and I bought him because he was the cheapest and he was the one that would fit. Yeah, I think he was like, what, 10, 11 bucks, something like that. Came apart really easily. He doesn't have a lower part because there's no room, but you never see that when it's driving, so it doesn't really matter. I absolutely love this thing. It's just so cool. The hood is magnetized, so snaps right on, and yeah, easy as that. The pins just go right there. They give you body posts. I am going to get headlights for this thing. I've seen some people where they just take the lights out of the bumper from their 24 and then just put it in there. I don't really want to do that. I think I'm going to keep the lights in here, and I want old school yellow lights in this thing. Old school like amber lights that this would have had. That's one of my issues that I have with the TRX4M High Trail. They have a Chevy K10, which I have sitting over there, and they have a Ford F-150, and the headlights are, well, the lights are in the headlights, in that they're not in the bumper like they're on the Bronco or on the Defender, but they're these bright neon lights, and they just don't look right. The bright LED lights, like, they just don't look like what the truck would have. So I want to go super old school, and yeah. But yeah, super fun little project. I highly recommend it. I had a lot of fun. These tires are vented, by the way. No, the wheels are vented, by the way, so nice conformity. These aren't the softest tires ever, but they feel really nice. I like these Hyrax style tires with this kind of tread. I just think looks really, really cool on there. So first order of business is definitely going to be get this boat anchor of a motor out of it, because it's terrible. Servo upgrade, steering link upgrade, because even when I was just playing with this thing initially, the stock servo just does not have enough power to push these tires and even steer this thing, so that's terrible. I hate the stock servos on these things. Even to give the TRX4M some credit, like, I know that the TRX4M is bigger, don't get me wrong, it's an 18 scale, this is an Scx24, but even that one, like, you can steer it perfectly out of the box, even when you put heavier tires on it, which, you can't do with this. Anyway, we're going to make it really heavy down low, and put a lot of weight up front, some weight in the rear, and this isn't going to be a super comp rig, for obvious reasons, but I think it's just such a cool little truck, and I am so excited to have this thing finally in my collection. I've always wanted to do one of these, and yeah, it's a lot bigger than you think it is, but it's also not at the same time. It's very weird. If you buy one of these and you build it up, you go, oh, it's not that big, but it's also not that small. So it's a nice happy medium, I think. Let's go ahead and put the Endura IR40 next to it, just to show you a little bit of a comparison, which I also find kind of weird, considering the IR40 is supposed to be an 18 scale. It's, I thought that they would both kind of match up in size, but how did this thing get dusty overnight? I was just playing with this last night. The IR40 is actually smaller. Very, very slightly smaller. Actually, substantially smaller now that I'm looking at them. The hood is a lot shorter. The overall profile is a lot shorter, but this is a comp rig, so I'm fine with that. This body is a hell of a lot lighter than that, so it's a little bit weird. Oh, I just hit Scarlet, my bad. Hang on one second. My bad, Your Majesty. I didn't mean to do that. Let me just give you some head pats. So yeah, that would just about do it. Of course, we're starting off the next month in, 2 weeks, and what better way to start that off than starting a new project? That's how it is, man. A bunch of projects, so many ideas, not enough time. It's just how it is. But I really love the mini stuff. The reason why I really like the mini stuff, I have a couple 10 scale crawlers, literally a couple. I have 2. You guys have seen the Banana, and you've seen the Super Samurai, the little Suzuki Samurai I have. That's the next body they should do. I forgot to mention that. If the hard body crawler company is watching this and they made it this far into the video, make a Suzuki Samurai next, please. I want a Samurai. Anyway, I like the 24s because you can upgrade them relatively cheaply. Like, Endura makes a whole bunch of hop-up parts for them, and they're not going to break the bank. 10 scale stuff is very expensive. Although not really by much, but still just a little bit more pricey. But these are a lot more fun to work on. They're not as heavy, not as bulky. You can put them on a desk and just build them up here. I could do it while I'm sitting at my PC and just start building them up. I really like the 18 scale and 24 scale stuff. It appeals to me, It's one of the reasons why I'm still building models, don't get me wrong. I still love building model cars. I'm actually working on a little buggy that you guys will see in the next video. Loving that thing. But it just feels like it's like an evolution of it, especially when you have a hard body like this. It's like, when I put together my little pulled pork Chevy Blazer from Revell, I can't go back to it and be like, okay, let me put better suspension parts on it and make it better and perform better because it's a static model. I don't know. There's just something more fun about it that I can run this thing, see what's wrong with it, and then go back and, make it better. I don't know. It's cool. I just love this hobby. It's just so varied. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoy.